Next up, at UFC Vegas 87, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Vitor Petrino taking on Tyson Pedro. Vitor Petrino, another undefeated guy. People are loading up undefeated parlays. They're taking all the undefeated fighters, they're throwing them together in a parlay. And they all should win. This is one of the sketchier ones because Vitor Petrino, yes, he is undefeated. He has 8 career stoppages. He is fighting a tough Tyson Pedro, 10-4 overall, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off the knockout win over Anton Turkalj. Vitor Petrino can be a monster. He's got a wild left hook. He's a dangerous striker. He has turned into a bit of a grappler at times. He's got 12 takedowns in his last 3 fights. Takedown defense is just okay, but he does a nice job working his way back up to his feet if he is taken down. He was in a full triangle on the Contender Series, and he rampaged Jackson Ricardo Arona'd his way out of it. And if you get that reference, you're a true MMA fan. If you don't, it's okay. Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Explain the reference. Yeah, no, he did know it, guys. Jacob watched Pride back in the day. Anyway, Vitor Petrino is a problem for a lot of people, but he does need to clean some things up. He does need to button it up just a bit. He's coming off that second-round knockout win over Modestas Bukauskas, taking on Tyson Pedro. This guy's primarily a grappler. He seems to have found his power in his last couple of years. He doesn't have the best takedowns, but he has no problem charging forward to get one. If you overcommit to your strikes, he will drop to a double leg and run right through it. Once he hits the ground, he's looking to strike more than he is to submit, but if you scramble to try to work your way out, he'll snatch something up. He's coming off that TKO win over Anton Turkalj. I mistakenly said that punched Anton Turkalj's ticket out of the UFC. He's fighting at UFC Long Island. Crazy. Oh, wait, the Pleasure Man. Mr. Pleasure. Anton Turkalj. That's his nickname.
Can you do a little improv with that? Do like a little scene, set up a scene or whatever. Let's
Mr.
do like
Pleasure.
Let's do like and what's his name? Let's do a little scene here.
Santino.
And you're the Italian Pleasure Man. Hey, how you doing? And lay some. I'm a girl at a bar. I'm a girl at a bar. And
you're my waitress, and I think you like me because you said sweetie when you gave me my sweet tea.
Hold on.
Okay.
Here you go. Ready?
Here we go.
Everything was everything okay for you here today?
Excellent food. Thank you so much.
Here's the bill, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming in. And I wrote a little heart and a smiley face on the bill for you. So here you go.
Listen, sweetheart. You've been bringing my food. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Everything's been amazing. The energy I get from you is absolutely chef's kiss.
You're so welcome.
And I think you and I should go out for a drink sometime. You want to get a drink with me? I think we could have a good time.
I actually
What?
I know how to say. I actually am kind of seeing somebody.
I don't believe you. What's his name?
I can show you.
You sat here. You said, sweetheart. You said, honey. You said, come back. You're welcome. All the things. For what reason?
There you go.
All right. Let's break down the rest of this fight. Fucking God knows what we're talking about at this point. I think I broke the two of them down. And now I'm going to say why I think Vitor Petrino wins. And I'm going to say this could be a fraud check fight. Now, fraud check is a term that the young, cool people use to say, hey, that undefeated prospect was fraud checked. He lost. I'm using it in its truest form. This fight could be a fraud check. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying Vitor will lose. I actually think he wins. But this could be a fight where we find out, is he a fraud or is he not? I think we find out he's not. Because Tyson Pedro is tough. Tyson Pedro is probably, I don't think he's the better fighter, but he's definitely the more experienced and the more composed. Vitor gets a little crazy, makes some bad decisions. So I do think Tyson Pedro can get Vitor into some tough positions. We'll see Vitor work through them. We'll find out he is not a fraud. And for all of those reasons, Vitor is going to be my pick. But as you can see, this line is tightening. And of all the big favorites here, I think that tightening line does make a little bit of sense. What do you think, Jockey Bombalots?
What is the difference between, this is a serious question, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Japanese Jiu-Jitsu? Do you have any idea?
The Japanese invented it, and the Brazilians are the ones that changed it up. but I don't know the difference.
Because Tyson Pedro is like known as being like a black belt, like everything. He's a black belt not only in Brazilian jiu-jitsu but also Japanese jiu-jitsu as well. So if you know, let us know. Also a black belt in Kempo.
Ooh, Kempo karate, cool sidekick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chuck Liddell was also a black belt in Kempo, so we'll let it go.
Nice. So this Vitor is one of those guys that I'm not going to pick against him. I'm not going to bet against him until I see him look somewhat human. And in his last few fights, he doesn't really look human. I mean, this guy is built. This guy is jacked. I got a lot of flack, by the way, in my quick pick video for saying that I would love to oil up Vitor Petrino. Like that's some bad. That's like
as
that's
you
some,
should.
As like that's
No.
some bad thing. If Vitor Petrino just walks into your living room with a bottle of oil and says you can if you want to, you're just going to tell him no? No, everybody's going to grab the bottle of oil, lay him down, and fucking oil this dude up. He's a beautiful man. But the point I was trying to make is a lot of these big muscular dudes will have this big power and then they fade, right? How many times have we seen these big dudes start fading, their first round or bust or this and that, or if they try to change the game plan and you force the wrestling or the grappling, that's when they gas. This dude, Vitor, is built fucking different because he does not gas. He all of a sudden, I guess, got bored with the striking and said, I think I'm just going to start being a grappler now. And he became a grappler and was out grappling grapplers just basically with strength and still wasn't getting tired. And when you hit this guy, he just kind of looks at you. He literally will get punched straight in the fucking face, do this with his hands, and look at you and be like, didn't fucking affect me. And I think Tyson Pedro is probably going to land shots on this guy, and he's going to eat them. He's going to return shots. And if there's anybody that's going to fade in this fight, it's probably going to be Tyson Pedro. He just doesn't seem like that guy that's going to carry his power or his pressure in the second or third rounds. We've seen him slow down where Vitor just doesn't slow down. So, you know, I understand because I hear it, right? Every time there's an underdog that everyone likes, I know the underdog that everyone likes because everyone's like, oh, make him your lock of the week. He's got to be the lock of the week, right? This week, it's Tyson Pedro. Everyone's like, oh, he is the lock of the week. And he is capable. He has the abilities to win this fight. But until I see Vitor look human, I got to go with Vitor. I think he's just going to eat those shots, come with the pressure, either land that big left hook or maybe just kind of grind him out with the wrestling. So Vitor's a fucking he's a good looking dude.
He's definitely a good looking dude. He is sloppy though. You're not worried about the sloppy? Like he's sloppy.
And he's young too, so he'll tighten it up, but the sloppy hasn't fucked him up yet. I mean, he's almost like, because if you watch, and this is a stupid comparison. No, this is a stupid comparison because obviously they're not the same. But when you watch Alex Pereira strike, he gets hit. It's sloppy, but when he fucking lands that shot, when you're landing these little shots, boom, boom, and all of a sudden he just lands that big one. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's my pick for sure. And that's why I said I do think this is a fraud check type fight, though. And I'm using it wrong because the way everybody uses it is it's already a foregone conclusion he's going to lose. But I'm saying I think he passes that test. Like, ultimately, this I think could be the fight where people are like, all right, I guess he actually is very good. He's not a bum. Right. So we both think he wins. $9,000 though. Man, they are all so damn expensive. I didn't know DraftKings had so many freaking 9,000 price points in a slate.
It's crazy.
So I mean, I do think he wins. To get to the 9,000, he's going to need a finish or some wrestling, and he has been working the wrestling. But Tyson is a good grappler, so Vitor may not work in the wrestling, may stick with the striking.
Yeah, he doesn't have any the fact that he got that submission win was pretty crazy because he's one of those guys that when he was laying on top of people, he's looking at his corner like,
yeah, like what am I doing?
They're like, put your arm here, and he's like looking at the corner. He's just so strong, he just holds people down. He's like, okay, and then I move my hips this way. And then it was so like a little kid like wrestling, yeah.
No, I mean, he's super talented. This is the matchup for a reason. I think it is a good matchup, and I think the UFC is doing the right thing, like progressively building him up because he can be something. He's an exciting guy, and light heavyweight's kind of a trash weight class right now, right? Like, yeah, it's not great.
He can quickly become a guy for sure. They wouldn't mind pushing him. He's beautiful.
No, 100%. If you do want to unlock,
he's not.
He's a handsome man. I don't know why you're obsessed with that fact. Somebody said Angelo beat up Jacob so bad it changed his sexuality, which I thought was a pretty funny comment.
If you know me, I've always
Towed the line. Yeah.
I'm very comfortable with who I am.
As
If you're Brazilian, you got a chance.
regardless, yeah. If you are bronzed naturally.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if you want to help Jacob get to the promised land of Brazil.
Like Pollyanna, speaking of Alex.
She went the opposite direction. She said, let me go to Connecticut. I'll find a man in Connecticut.
They're so cute together. They literally are so cute together.
Okay. Are they actually together? Yeah. Are they actually together?
No, they're just grappling in the kitchen together, just fucking hanging out, Angelo. They're just friends. They're just friends. Yeah,
he is friends. That's who Tiffany told me not to worry about? No, don't worry about him. It's just my buddy at work.
Just a friend, yeah. Fucking. The second I saw that first sparring video and he shot a takedown and she went as she was getting taken down, it's like, oh yeah, I know that giggle. That's like when you're like on a date with a girl and you like fake wrestler and she's, oh, stop it. That's when you know.
If you want to
go, get off, you want to get off. You're good.
I'm just your waitress, bro. God. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. We do have a couple of Super Chatterooskis. We got $2.79 Canadian from Menace. That scene was funny. Love you, Jacob. And then we have VHS Quality $5 Super Chat. I need Angelo to start doing a lock of the week as well. Jacob, I can't believe you're picking Biggie Boy.
Wow, spoilers.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for a lot of people. Thank you for the Super Chat, VHS and Menace. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.